Hey YouTube, I figured I'd come on here and film what I'm doing today in my fish room. I know I said on a couple videos I was going to move this treadmill and all this junk out and get a table there. But I'm actually going to move all this stuff out and maybe build a stand so I can get this tank off the floor. I've got a couple more of these 20-gallon tanks, so I might just build a rack and right there where that goes. I'll still be without a table, but you know, I'd rather have fish tanks than tables, so I'm going to get to work and show you what it looks like afterwards. Alright guys, so I got this area cleared out, but here's what I'm thinking. I got my workbench here, which I used to do like all my gunsmithing on, which has clearly taken a back seat to fish tanks. So I'm thinking if I build something or put something right here, I'm never going to get this out of here, and I want this out in the garage. So this little project is going to turn into a big project, as I'm going to move all of this stuff and get this whole wall cleared off, and then kind of decide what to put over here. So that's what I'm going to work on now. Alright, checking in with a quick update. Now to you guys, it might not look like I've done nothing, but I did. I emptied this tank, I moved it out. As you know, I was going to move this into the garage, this stand, and put all 40 breeders against the wall. And then I was like, well, I forgot about this tank. What am I going to do with this tank? I don't know why I'm having trouble focusing, but I realized I didn't have anywhere to put this 90-gallon, and I need the bigger tank for these bigger grow outs. So after a real loud mother trucker, I loaded it back up, got the fish back in there, put it back under there, and for now I'm just going to go with the 40 breeder double stand here, and then move those tanks, at least one of them, and just use that side as a work table. But the other snafu I ran into is I didn't have any airline tubing to go all the way around the wall to where the pump sits over there. So it's actually been a couple days for me, it's been a couple seconds for you. I had to wait for this spool to come in from Amazon. So I'm gonna get back to work. Alright guys, I'm out in the garage painting the back of my tanks here, using just black Plasti Dip. Works great, peels right off if you ever want to get rid of it. Apparently it's hailing. This is Washington. I like to do a thin layer first, let that dry, and then just lay it on thick. You don't have to worry about runs or bubbles or drips. You won't be able to see it from the other side if you put a thin layer on there. So I'm gonna get back to work. Alright, here's a neat little trick for the Plasti Dip. Basically, if you put this, I have it sitting in warm water to heat it up, well, hot water. Basically, the warmer this is, the finer mist you're gonna get out of the nozzle. What does that apply to painting your aquarium? I don't know, because in the end, it's a freaking back of an aquarium, so who cares? But if you're using this for other projects, you know, that you really don't want to get the big clumps, just warm it up, warm up the bottle, and it'll come out in a nice mist instead of the big clumps. So there you go. Alright folks, here we have the finished product. I don't know if the camera's going to be able to pick up all these imperfections, but there's ripples, bubbles, blotches, whatever you want to call it, all throughout here. And it doesn't matter because I put that little 50% layer on there and let it dry. You're not going to be able to see any of this from the other side. Now I realize it's just an aquarium, so it's not like, you know, I'm painting a car here. But if you ever do decide to paint your car, say you want to go rob a bank, and just use this method and rob the bank, drive about a block away. You robbed it in a black car, peel this off, and now you're getting away in a white car while the cops are looking for a black car. So there's a helpful tip for you. Easy money. So I'm going to get started on the second one. Alright, as we see, it is put together, the backs are painted, everything's in, glare and all. Now the fun part begins, the actual aquascaping. I think up top here is going to go the MBU Puffer, or MBU Puffer. We'll go up here. Down here will most likely be some cichlids, the copadichromis I got. You'll see in one of my last videos. We'll probably go in there. I'll take this tank down. This is where the puffer is now. Maybe somewhere in there. And this one will stay, that's the zebra plecos, and then I'll have half the table to put all my junk on. And unbox stuff and crap like that. So yeah, time to get to work on these tanks. Alright, so here's the bottom one. Just got some rocks in there. This is the lapis luster sand, and then crushed coral in the back. Just kind of help keep the pH up. Here is the sand made by Cemex, lapis luster. And then the top one, this one, again, the lapis luster sand and crushed coral in the back, just to help with the pH, of course. Just a couple rocks in here. I didn't want to put too much in here. This is going to be for the puffer, so the more room he has to swim, the better. And I'm going to go get my tops made. Alright, tops are complete. In case you're wondering, these are the polycarbonate panels that you can get at Home Depot. 8 foot by 2 feet, about $33. And I think they look pretty good. I'll have to get some light on there. I mean, it's the same thing I use on all my tanks, so if you've seen any of my videos, you know that they work pretty well. Got my knobbies on there. I used to use double-sided tape, but eventually that'll get wet and come off, so now I just use super glue. The super glue gel works great. Alright, on to the next part. Alright folks, here is the final product. Both tanks up and running. I still got a few odds and ends to do. I gotta get timers on the lights, add some more plants. I'll be doing that as I trim other tanks throughout the week and get this to fill out a little bit. I'll probably add some Pogostemum stellatus octopus that grows really fast and sells really well. Right now I just got this Hygrophilia in here that also grows really fast and sells well, so you can see what I'm aiming for here. I probably won't do any foreground plants just because I don't want to have to put any more light on here. This is just a 30-inch Phoenix Planet Plus, and I'd have to put another row of light on here if I wanted to do any foreground. Plus this makes it easier for him to find the snails. Although he's having problems finding these ones over here. He already ate a couple of them. Of course I didn't get it on camera though. Just swim over. Got the cichlids down here. I threw in some cichlid stones, the ball of Java moss. They're spazzing out in the corner. They'll get settled throughout the night once I turn the lights out, and they're really spazzing out though. I did check the water parameters just to make sure there's nothing wrong with them, but they're probably just getting used to things. So yeah, that's it for this project. Something that should have taken 2-3 hours ended up taking almost a week. But that's the way it goes most of the times in this hobby. Alright guys, till next time, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. All that nonsense.